Hi guys, and welcome back to another movie review. So, I went and saw Joker 2, Folie à Deux, I think that's how you pronounce the French part of it, in the theater and everything, pretty recently. I think last week, if I'm not mistaken, possibly the week before. But regardless, I'm just gonna tell you, right off the bat, the TLDR version of my review, I think people are overreacting. It's not as bad as people are claiming. I actually really enjoyed it. Okay. I have theories here on why people panned it so badly. My theories are, 1, these people just hate musicals. 2, they don't understand all the old Hollywood, old school pop culture references. They feel left out and therefore it makes them mad. And 3, they don't understand that Lady Gaga had to unlearn how to sing to play this role. So they're trying to shit on her singing. It's like, no, she did that on purpose for the character. It's not that she's lost her touch. I mean, she just put out that single Die With a Smile with Bruno Mars, like, what, a couple of months ago? That should prove to you she has not lost her touch one damn bit, okay? Now, that said, the movie picks up where the last one left off. Joker's in prison and everything. It's showing what his life is indeed like in there. The both parallel power he has in there, which ain't much, but he has a little bit of sway, a little bit of influence in there. But also just how quick those same people will turn on him and beat down on him immediately. And obviously, without giving too much away, he does stumble upon Harley, or just Lee, in this movie, in the mental hospital as well. So there is that. And they do reconnect and it's a whole thing, but you have to remember, both of them are severely mentally ill. And this is where the musical aspect of it comes into play, because everything that's in the musical numbers, he's in his own delusional world. Or Lee is, depending on which character we're talking about. But the music is just, this is how sick and twisted their minds are working. This is what they're seeing in their own heads as their lives. So if you can keep that in mind when you watch this film, I think it'll make a lot more sense for you, as well as just the artistic choice made to show, like, the very stark difference between the reality and what's going on in their heads, and how far removed the two are from one another. Yeah, it's powerful stuff, actually. One of my only criticizations of it, is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know, is that it kind of overcorrects the first movie, because the first movie kind of put Joker's bad behavior on a pedestal. It kind of just, it glamorized it, it romanticized it, and people took issue with that in real life. So this time they went so far the opposite direction. I have questions, especially with that ending, if it means what I think it means. I'm not going to spoiler it, but just plot twist ending I should have seen coming, but somehow it didn't. Regardless, I was very into Gaga in it, obviously. I was very into the old Hollywood references, especially the Judy Garland ones, the Frank Sinatra ones, all the stuff like that. Fred Astaire, I was just like, oh, I'm in my glory here. I knew I would be going in just judging by the companion album, Harlequin, and seeing what all was on there. So I kind of had some little sneak preview of what songs at least were in this. For the most part, some were still a complete surprise because they weren't on there. So that was nice too. So you get both sides of the coin. I really enjoyed that. I didn't think that it was bad at all. I didn't think it was badly acted. I don't understand why people are being such shitheads. Just go into it with an open mind. Because if you go into it expecting it to be bad just because you heard other people say it's bad, then you just get, like, the social bias going on. And you end up hating it just because they hated it, and God only knows if they actually did, or if they are just saying it because of the person before them that made them think they do, even though they might not actually. It's a ripple effect, and it happened really quickly with this film, and unfortunately it happens all too often with modern musicals, which is a freaking shame. but it happens all the time. I'm kind of used to it. I kind of expected it here, to be honest. But I disregard what critics say. I disregard what the general public says. I make up my own mind when it comes to movies and music and whatever. So, I don't know. For me, personally, I think I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars, only because I feel that it did go a little overboard in overcorrecting the first. It didn't have to go quite so hard. But there is a happy medium. It didn't have to go quite that far. And there was some spots in it where Joaquin Phoenix's acting it felt flat. It felt one-dimensional. But only in certain little spots, little patches of it. Most of it was fine. Most of it was great. But there were a couple little things that stood out where I was like, oh, he kind of phoned that take in. I'm surprised they went with that. So, now those are really the only things that I have to criticize about it. Because, again, I surprisingly really liked it. When it comes out on home video, I'll probably watch it again when it hits streaming. So, I don't know. I'm not usually big on the comic book movies, the action hero movies. I'm not real big on them. But the Batman series was one that I at least half-assedly followed because the Michael Keaton movie in the 80s, because of the animated series in the 90s. I grew up on those. So I had at least a little back history here. Yes, I also have seen the first Joker. I don't remember if I reviewed it on this channel or not at the time, but I've seen it years ago, back when it came out, because Robert De Niro was in that one. So, I know, he was only a bit part in it, but that was reason enough for me to watch a thing, so. But still, I liked this. I don't care what anyone else has to say about it. I liked it. And at the end of the day, I only care about what I think of it. So, if my opinion is enough to get you curious enough to at least give it half a shot, then I did something right in the world today, because it does not deserve to be panned as hard as people are going with this. It really doesn't. So, anyway, I feel like I'm just talking in circles at this point, so I'm gonna go. And as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like me, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.